Hi guys, I just followed a tweet about, yes, Cinnamon 20.2 has been released and I've installed it. Well, had to stop the video, so we're now already after the installation, after the creation of new sardi icons and new surfn icons for the guys, because there was this little application called Notes that did not have a nice sardi icon theme, nor did surfn have one. So here is the system settings. It's actually a lot more than you would think. What have I been doing already? I've been playing around in font selection, made it a little bit bigger, 11 there. Effects, no. Themes, yes. Themes, sardi flexible arc. I'm gonna change now to surfn arc, or maybe the new one I've created, surfn papyrus Casablanca. Right? So it's, for me, you know, even if I'm the developer of ArcoLinux, this is all the same for me. It's Linux. I'm just glad that people find their way on Linux. It doesn't matter if that's on ArcoLinux or Linux Mint or Ubuntu or whatever. I don't make that distinction. It's one big Linux family, thanks to Linus Torvalds. We built on kernels from him, and so on and so on. All people working together to get an operating system. So the Mint White Dark, beautiful thing. I like the dark theme from Arc, from Horse 3180, remember, right? That's the original guy. And he made beautiful Arc folders, and we're still using the one that never gets tired. So these blue ones, they never get tired, but there are some variations of it, and we've also used them in ours. So beautiful look out of the box. Yeah, I'm kind of loving my Bibata cursor, or the Snow White from Plasma, but okay, this will do nicely. And look at all these possible colors as well for the menu down here. So add, remove, not done anything here. Look at that, haven't tried anything yet here, because frankly it just looks nice out of the box. Why would I do that? Accessibility, count details, applets, time. I have one thing I always hated on Linux Mint, and hate is a big word, I know, not what I mean, but window tiling is something I don't like. Maximize instead of tile when dragging a window to the top edge. It's standard like this, and then this happens. I don't know why that is, why they do that by default. I never use a half here and then a half here. I've never ever done that. I do a half here, yes, and a half there, fine. But this should be, in my eyes, by default. But it's just a click away, and that's that. Then my frustration is gone and I'm happy again. Yeah, stupid things, right? That's, people are like that. I mean, I'm just people. For the rest, system info maybe. So we are working on the 5, Cinnamon version 5. Should check out what we have on Arch. How do you check out what you have on Arch? You go to the browser, Arch Linux, and then Cinnamon. Let's see. We're on 5 as well. Voila, solved. So anything else? I don't think I've changed anything else besides the icons, of course. I've done my updates, true. I've done my updates. And he asked also a different mirror. So I said, okay, let's take a mirror from there. So I think I can still do that like this. Software sources. And I clicked here, and that's a nice thing. This is our mirror thing. This is which is the fastest mirror around me in Belgium. So Germany comes out a lot, France as well, and AvoWise is something we should actually recognize. Ctrl-T, and then we type in mirror list. There is your AvoWise. All right. So I did apply, and then I asked the base. So they're like, we're working with ArcoLinux as base, right? So Linux Mint is working with Ubuntu as base, which is a smart thing to do. Say, okay, 80-90% of the packages is covered, and let's now change the rest. And in this case, in the case of Linux Mint, they've built their own packages. At some point in time, they argued amongst each other, and in a good way, right? Argue as in think, how can we improve it? And I said, let's build our own packages like drawing and Pix and all that. And they started making their own vision of certain applications that were not up to specs in their eyes, being available in Plasma, being available in GNOME, etc., etc. So then you develop yourself. If you got the time, why not? All right. So Linux Mint has been fixed. There's a new icon there for the Linux Mint Cinnamon lovers, and it should be like that, right? Every icon should be present, should be accounted for, should be nice. If it's not nice, you tell me it's not nice, and it's here. Come and tell me. Eric Dubois, GitHub, Eric Dubois, Sardi, that's where you report it, and immediately it's also reported for surfn. So issue number 8, icon sticky was not in order. I've just done it right now. Close issue. Done. So all the icons have been accounted for. Everything looks nice. And let's change one. Oh, sorry. Let's change one more time. Never open 2 of them. It confuses him. Just telling. So the Sardi flexible, ghost flexible arc maybe. Everything in white should be white, 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 white. Let's see it. All applications. Okay, looking good. Did you notice Hypnotics? Let's use Hypnotics for a time. We've added it like, I don't know, 2 months, 3 months ago to our systems. Well, to the possibility to get a Japan Pro. We should take Italy, right? You know why? Football. They will be all crazy now. Ray. The streaming of this content is available in Italy only. That's not nice. Anyway, it's can't kill it. We have a super escape to kill applications, so an X-kill. It's convenient to have X-kill around, and then you say click, killed. So super escape, remember that one. And anything else I could say? Not really. It looks like another great release, so check it out. It's gonna be a little different as Arch, but it's it has terminals as well. So sudo pacman, forget it. Update, forget it. Hey, how about aliases? Forget it. No, not much aliases, right? Alert. Hi. Okay. Sorry. L and LA and LL. Now I can't see it anymore. And just the less. All right. What's this little thing? Is that what I think it is? No, it's not what I think it is. Install language packs. Ignore this report. Thank you. Okay. Install media codecs. No. I've got VLC. Sudo pacman. Whoa, so used to it. apt install VLC. VLC is gonna go down. And then the system restore thing, you know, time shift, we've got it on our systems as well. If you have BTRFS, you can do so. It won't do anything, I think, now, because there is no BTRFS. Does not have BTRFS. Previous. rsync, next. Let's start setting it up. Ignore this report. So this was a kind of system report tool to improve your system. Next, next, finish. Voila, done. Yes, I'm sure. System information. Some kind of logging. No, it's an inc minus b. It's an inc. Let's do a VLC first. VLC. Working. Let's do an inc. Studio Pacman. Ah! inc. inc is already the newest. Aha, we had already inc. Cool. That's cool. That's cool. Thank you guys. So we're in VirtualBox. Yes, we are. And what was I thinking as well? NeoFetch, right? Did they put that online on there? They did. And Git is Git installed. Every single time I had to install Git. Sudo. Git was not installed. It is now. And then we get to the trouble. Let's see. You know I want to have Sublime Text. Aha! That's an improvement. I needed to add always different repositories and keys and all that. I've got my Sublime Text. Yay! Help about Sublime Text. Build for 107. Anyway, it doesn't prompt us for a key, so I guess it's gonna work. And then the crash reports. No crash reports. Yes, put it to paste bin, which is great. Okay, cool. So this button says I'm up to date. The kernels didn't show the kernels preferences. We can't see that here. Blacklist anything. Automation. Let's just type the word kernel. No way to get to the kernel here. No. Upload system information. That would be interesting. Where is it going to? We have probe. I want to make again some a term bin it goes to. Probe, right, guys? Type in as we speak now on your system, whatever system it is, Linux, Ubuntu, Solus, whatever. Try to, well, in our case, in ArcoLinux, it's probe, right? It's a small alias, and I'll show you when it's done probing. But type this in. Install hardware HW probe, all uploads, and then we get a Linux hardware database. And last time when I bought myself this PC with this hardware, I went to look, is it supported on Arch Linux? Is it supported, right? And yeah, I need to have a sudo in front of it, so you know the motherboard. It's an Asus Prime Z498A. And I knew already it was working like 8 Linux distributions. So surely I said, okay, it's gonna be good for Arch as well. So that's how you decide to buy a machine. First, take a look. What's gonna work on Linux? Then think, will it work on Windows? So probe away, send the information online. So this term bin, we used it in Calamares. If you have an issue with Calamares and it crashes for some reason, you get a prompt and it's gonna ask, do you want to put it online? And basically it's going to go to term bin, give you an URL, and you can share this with anybody else because this URL exists, but also the code, actually, we could copy paste it on pastebin.com, then it really stays there forever. And you can share it with somebody else. Say, okay, look, this is what I have, etc., etc. So that's a cool trick to share results with others. There was also something about RAM, as I read somewhere. So I arrived here because of a tweet from Foss something. System settings. We have the network manager, and we have the sound, launch player, sound settings. Ah yeah, do we have LightYM? One thing that interests me always is etc. Well, so we're using LightDM and the LightDM GTK creator. They've put it in configuration, the daemon, and it's going to use the MintX theme, the icon theme, Ubuntu 11. That's and how it's going to look. So when I log out, that's kicking in. Okay. So when we boot up, all right, I was interrupted. What was I doing? What was I thinking? I was thinking the following. How do we boot up? All right, we boot up with the kernel of 5407. Then I was thinking about kernels. Update manager, software sources. I think this one. Nope. Update software sources then. Nope. So here you put your PPAs, your, what was it again? You just Google the word PPA, so repositories. I'm looking for a drop down. Here he is, Linux kernels, continue. And you have other kernels available, but they're all, well, not that quite recent, right? This is ours, and we've always the last kernel that comes from Arch. They push out maybe 10 kernels a month or so. And we have different choices. So that's the kernel. Then you boot up. We have grub, right? We have grub. Let's have a look. File system. We have the boot folder. We have grub here. We have fonts. All kind of things. GFX blacklist. What's this? And GFX payload blacklist. ID components. And here is your grub configuration. Do not edit this file. Okay. So that's grub. We've got that, and then the actual file, as we've learned in ArcoLinux, is gonna be in default Eric, default, etc, default, grub. A little bit more. We can't read this, my friends. Why do you give us a look like that? You have so nice tools. Theme. That's the best for me. Oblivion. Remember the name. Oblivion. Okay. We should recognize this a little bit. Never knew we could put in a command in there. Quiet and splash. All right. Then we boot up. Then we get LightDM. We've seen that already. LightDM kicks in. We get a nice sudo apt. Let's show you the possibilities. Tap tap. Tap tap what? If we want to remove something, remove anything LightDM, then we know already, okay, there's LightDM, there's LightDM /settings. So it means an application for LightDM. LightDM settings. Good question. How do I get there? LightDM session and settings. Needs to be run as root. There you go. You are root now. That's LightDM settings. True. A little different, but everything is here. Voila. Then we log in to Cinnamon. We know the version of Cinnamon. Where did we find it? About. There is a kind of about thing, but it was system, I think. System info here. System info. We have Cinnamon version 5. We've seen and looked it up. It's still, I think it's still open. Might have been still open. I guess not. But Arch is also on 5. Okay. And then it's playtime, right? And it's settings and all that. We've changed all the settings in here. There are applets we can try to install. I say try to because in the past, but maybe not more anymore, right? It's like the Plasma widgets. When a new Plasma comes in, everything needs to follow the new code and all that. And sometimes that happened that the applets were not working because of changes and all that, and not because of unmaintained and all that. So like this, installing. We've got that. Right mouse click. What was it again? Manage. Then manage, and then we've got this to actually plus or something. Yeah. Plus it was. Clear Sky, okay. Duffel, Belgium. Close, but not there. But I need to have it in Celsius. Russian style. Okay, automatic. Found it. All right, Celsius. Yeah. I think I can leave you with it, right? Enjoy your Linux Mint. The next video I'm gonna try is install i3 on here and get our ArcoLinux config and see how that goes, if that's still possible on Linux Mint. If you don't see a video coming, it means I was not successful. All right, cheers.